So organize. Okay. Yes, can you hear me? Yeah. Yes, can you hear me? Yesterday class we done the introduction part, right? Yesterday class we done the basic introduction part, and we started who is author of Java. Yesterday I shared the notes, right? What's the class notes link? This yesterday class. Protest.com/CoreJava. Okay, CoreJava 4 p.m. right? Yeah. Yesterday I shared these notes. Yesterday day one notes, right? Monday. Okay. To check the yesterday class notes, if anyone is missed, just you can check this link. producttest.com/CoreJava 4 p.m. When it is open, it's asking password. The password for the link is Java. JAVA is the password, right? JAVA is the password, guys. Good. So yesterday class we done the introduction part. Who is author of Java? How many parts of Java? Okay, so these are the points yesterday class we done, right? Just read this point yesterday class. How many parts of Java, guys? Guys, how many parts of Java? Guys, yesterday Java core. We talked about the core Java, advanced Java. Core Java, advanced Java, official terms, unofficial terms. Unofficial terms, right? As for the Sun Microsystem standards, the Java divided into 3 parts. For 3 parts, guys, JTSC, JDW, and what? JTM, right? Yeah, there are 3 parts of Java, guys. And your core Java belongs to which part now? Your core Java belongs to JTSC part, right? Yeah. So we have 3 parts of Java: JTSC, JDW, JTME, and your core Java belongs to which part? JTSC part, right? Exactly. Because next one is open source versus license version. Open source means what? Is a free of cost. Okay. Because open source means what? A free of cost, right? So no need to get the license. Because open source means free of cost, and no need to get the license, right? License source means we have to pay money. And Java is what type of language? Means Java is open source language, right? Guys, Java is what type of language? Means what? Open source. And yesterday we talked about the platform dependent versus independent. Platform dependent means what? It supports only, yeah, it supports only one operating system. Platform independent means what? Tell me, platform independent means what? Platform independent means it supports, like, multiple operating, all operating systems, right? So Java is what type of language? Means platform independent language, right? It supports, like, all operating systems. Next one is a James, who is author of Java. James Gosling. Vendor is Sun Microsystems. So initially it is from Sun Microsystems, guys. Now it is from Oracle Corporation, right? Initial name is what? Work language. Later it changed it to, later rename it to Green Project. Finally the name is what? Java language, right? So development starts in 1990s. Beta versions are 1995. Initial version of Java 1996. But present version is what? This Java 18th version is running almost. Okay. So the slogan of Java is write once and run anywhere. And operating system is like multi operating system, right? Yeah, symbol of Java is what? Coffee mug with the rising steam. Coffee mug with what? Rising steam, right? This symbol of Java. And file extensions we will use, like .java, .classes, jar files, JMD files, this one, right? Yeah, this is website, guys. So here I written some points, and these are the versions, right? These are version evolution, guys. This is yesterday class what we completed, right? Yes. And today class you will see the first point regarding this point. Java is what type of language, guys? Java is Java is object-oriented programming language, right? Yes. Today first point is what? Java is what type of language? Java is a object-oriented. Okay, Java is object-oriented programming language, right? Yeah, because Java is object-oriented programming language, supports, like, OOPS features. Tell me, guys, supports what? OOPS features, right? What are OOPS features? Tell me. It supports OOPS features, like, inheritance. Tell me that. Inheritance. And we have, like, what is the inheritance? What is a polymorphism? That we will discuss. But we understood that Java is object-oriented programming language, supports the OOPS features, right? Inheritance, polymorphism, and next one is what? Encapsulation and abstraction. Abstraction, right? Yeah. And here it will be classes. It supports classes and objects, right? Classes, objects, inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, and what? Abstraction, right? Exactly. It's not tell me Java is object-oriented language, supports the whoops features. These are the whoops features, right? Yeah, like that Java, what are the object-oriented programming languages? Tell me. Java is object-oriented. Like that,
C++.
CVP is object-oriented. Any other? And Python is object-oriented. .NET, C#.NET is object-oriented. Okay. .NET is object-oriented. Ruby is object-oriented. Golang is object-oriented. Kotlin is object-oriented. Okay. So Dart is object-oriented. These all are object-oriented programming languages, right? Yes, like that, we have the n number of object-oriented programming languages, multiple guys, not one or two. So we have the multiple object-oriented programming languages, right? Exactly. Tell me guys, the point is Java is object-oriented. Suppose the whoops features like this, like that. What are object-oriented programming languages? C, CVP, Python, Java, .NET, Ruby, Go, Kotlin, right? Okay, these all are object-oriented or not? Guys, please respond. These all are object-oriented or not?
CVP is procedure-oriented language.
CVP procedure-oriented, huh?
Yeah.
But it supports whoops features, right? Inheritance, polymorphism, and all. Tell me, CVP is procedure-oriented, object-oriented. CVP is like, yeah, you can remove CVP from here. Yeah, CVP is a procedure-oriented and object-oriented. Okay, fine. But Java, Python, .NET, these all are object-oriented, right? These all are what? Object-oriented or not? Okay, is it clear now? These all are object-oriented, right? Definitely. Yes, these all are object-oriented programming languages, guys. Yeah. These all languages supports like inheritance, right? But generally, what's the meaning of inheritance means what? Acquiring the properties from the parent class to child class, right? Yes, generally inheritance means what? Acquiring the properties from parent class to child class. Tell me guys, Java supports inheritance, Python supports inheritance, .NET also support inheritance. In these all languages, the inheritance meaning is changed. Guys, these all languages,
No,
inheritance meaning is changed.
No.
Inheritance meaning is changed. Acquiring the properties from the parent class to child class, right? The question
Meaning
is
same, but the scenario is changed. How to interact with
inheritance meaning is not changed.
Yeah.
But what will be the change then?
Scenario procedure is changed. How to interact with parent to child.
Yeah, only syntax will be the change, right? I think remaining
syntax.
Because Python supports single inheritance, multiple, all are supported. Only what will change? Syntax will be the change, right? Yeah. So the point is what? All object-oriented programming languages, the meaning is same. Yes, all object-oriented programming languages, the meaning is same, right? But what is the difference, guys? The difference is what? Syntax, right? That's what. See, guys, if you know Java very well or Python very well, so if you know Java very well, understand the Python, just it will take you 2-3 days. That's it. Because Java syntax is Java object-oriented, Python object-oriented. So futures are same, right? These all inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, abstract. These all are same. Only what will be the change? Only syntax will be the change. For the real-time people, understand the syntaxes. Just it will take the 2 days syntax are new, 3 days syntax are new. But definitely, okay. Within few days, guys, they can able to work with other languages, right? Yes or no? See, if you want to give the .NET project today itself, we will start the .NET project because .NET and Java both are same. Then we need to check only syntaxes, right? Basic syntaxes. Syntaxes maybe one day's new syntaxes, 2 days new, but definitely you'll understand the syntaxes. You'll understand the syntaxes, right? Yeah. So then, what is the note we understood? Java is object-oriented programming language, supports the whoops features like this. All object-oriented programming languages, all object, okay, oriented, okay, programming languages. Yeah, all object-oriented programming languages Tell me, languages. The meaning is same, right? The meaning is what? The meaning is same, but syntax is what? Tell me, syntax is what? Differ, right? Exactly. You got the point, right? In all object-oriented programming languages, the meaning is same. Only what will change, guys? Only the syntax will be the change, right? Guess only what will be the change? Syntax is change or not? That's what you should be perfect at least one object-oriented programming language, so that remaining languages you can understand very simply, right? That is a point of first exam. First point, guys. First point, do you agree or not? Hmm? That's what, guys. You should be perfect at one object-oriented. Web services are there. I know Java web services. Even if you want me to give the Python web services, I can write it. Why? Web services meaning is same. Web services means what? Get request is there, post request is there, put request is there, like that. Okay, so it will take the JSON data as input, produce the JSON as output. Web services meaning is same, process is same. But Java inherit Java web services, Python web services, what is the change? Syntax will be the change, right? Yeah, syntax is just I'll check the Google, I can type there's a point. And yeah, the second point. If you take the second point, because the languages are two types. Okay. If the languages are two types, what are the two types of language? Tell me. The languages are two types. What are the two types of languages? One is like static languages. Tell me, static languages. Number two is what? Dynamic languages. Guys, one is a static language. Second one is what? Dynamic language, right? Tell me. What do you mean by static language? Guys, what is the language that?
Unique.
Which language is a static language? This example is a C language, a static language. Java is what type of language? Java is dynamic language. What the meaning of dynamic language? Guys, what the meaning of Java is what type of language? Java
Object-oriented language. That is
dynamic language. What the meaning of dynamic language? A C language is static language and Java language is dynamic language.
yeah. Static language means, it is a procedure-oriented language. Dynamic language means it depends on object-oriented language.
No, it's not like that. There's another point, except that what any other point? C language is procedure oriented, deals with the functions. Deals with what? Functions. Java is object oriented, deals with the classes. That is fine.
Memory allocation is runtime.
Memory allocation
Is runtime. That's a dynamic language.
This is a dynamic language, right? What is memory allocation? Tell me. The C language means static language, right? Static language means what? Memory allocation done it. Tell me, C language is like static language, right? Static language means the memory allocation done at compile time actually. Pointers, right? C language. The pointers are pointing to memory location during compile time itself, right? Yes or no? The pointers are pointing to memory location during compile time itself, right? Static language means what? Tell me. Tell me the memory allocation. So the memory allocation done at what? The memory allocation done at what? Memory allocation done at what? Compile time, right? Compile time. Memory allocation done at compile time. Yeah. Yes, the memory allocation done at what compile time, this is called what? Static language, right? The memory allocation done at compile time, that language is called what? Static language. Coming to dynamic language, guys, coming to memory point of view, the Java memory allocation. If you take the memory allocation, the memory allocation done at what? Done at runtime, guys. This is called like static dynamic language. Okay, dynamic language, which language? Java is dynamic language, right? The Java is what type of language? Java is what? A dynamic language. It means Java, the memory allocation done at what? Java memory allocation done at runtime, right? Yeah. Okay, sorry, clear now. Java memory allocation done at what? Runtime, right? That is called which language? Dynamic language. Because Java is dynamic language, it means in the Java memory allocation, everything is done at compile time or runtime. Memory allocation at compile time or runtime. Memory allocation done at what? Runtime, right? Yeah. So in Java, remember that memory allocation, everything is done at only runtime. So compile time memory allocation done or not? Compile time memory allocation is not done, right? Exactly. But C language means what? The memory allocation done at what? Compile time itself, right? So finally decided Java is what type of language, guys? Java is a dynamic language, right? Exactly. Is it clear now? Good. So first point we talk about the Java is object oriented. So it deals with the class and inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation. So in all languages, what the inheritance meaning is what? Inheritance meaning is same, but what will be the change, guys? Syntax will be the change, right? And second point is what? Java is dynamic language. There are two types of languages, guys. There are two types of languages: static language and what? Dynamic language, right? Dynamic language means the memory allocation done at what? Runtime. So Java is dynamic language. Java memory allocations, everything is done at what? Only runtime, right? That is the point, guys. Is it clear now? Java memory allocation done at what? Only runtime, right? That is the point. Okay, number two. And third point, we need to understand that. Okay, third point is what? Yesterday class I told you Java is a platform independent language. Platform independent means what? It supports one operating system. It supports all operating systems. Okay, these are the theory points. Definitely require these points, right? Points are important, not important.
Yes.
Points are required, right? Yeah, points are required. The third point is like yesterday class Java is a platform independent language. And one more point, like Java is like portable language. Because Java is what type of language? Java is a portable language. And Java is architectural neutral language. Java is what? Architectural neutral language. What the meaning of architecture neutral? Because Java is architecture neutral language. It means what the meaning of architecture neutral language? Architecture neutral language means what?
Some changes in the hardware, then does not affect on.
Yeah, once we done the application using some hardware configuration, that application will run on what? Any hardware configurations, right? That application will run on what? Any hardware configurations, right? That is called architecture neutral. Because if I developed my application using 512 MB RAM and 80 GB hard disk, okay, once if I develop the application using what? 512 MB RAM and 80 GB hard disk, that application will run on what? Any hardware configurations, right? Because that application will run on what? Any hardware configuration, right? That makes like Java is language. Java is what? Architecture neutral language, right? Exactly. See this point here. Once we develop the application using any one hardware configuration, once we develop the application using any one hardware configurations like 512 MB RAM and 80 GB hard disk, the application will run on what? Any hardware configurations like 16 GB RAM and 2 TB hard disk, right? Which makes like Java is architectural neutral. It means Java applications will run on what? Any hardware architecture, right? Yeah, Java applications will run on what? Any hardware architecture, right? Yeah. Because yesterday class we understood that Java will support any operating system under Java supports what? Any operating system under Java supports what? Any hardware configuration, right? Any hardware configuration, right? That makes like Java is a portable language. Guys, that makes like Java is what type of language? Portable language, right? Guys, are clear now? So Java is which language now? Portable language. If we take this here, Java supports what? Any hardware configurations. Java supports like, any hardware configurations, and it supports like, all operating system, right? Java supports any hardware configuration and supports all operating system. This makes Java is what? A portable language, right? This makes what Java is which language? Portable language or not? There are 4 points. But the first point, tell me. Guys, so the first point, Java is what type of language? Object-oriented programming language, supports the OOPS features, classes, objects, inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, and what? Abstraction. And Java is what type of language? Dynamic language. The languages are two types: static language and dynamic languages. Static languages means what? Memory allocation done at what? Compile time. Dynamic language means what? Memory allocation done at what? Runtime, right? Exactly. Next one is what, guys? Architectural neutral language. Architectural neutral language means once we develop the application using any hardware configuration, like 512 MB RAM, 80 GB hard disk, that application will run on what? Any hardware configuration, right? Like 60 GB RAM and 2 TB hard disk. That is called architectural architectural neutral, right? Exactly. Next one is Java is a portable language. Java supports any hardware configurations and what? Java supports what? Any hardware configurations and supports all operating systems, which makes like Java is a portable language, right? Java is what? Portable language, right? Exactly. Is all the theory points means not that much good. Can we do the both the theory and practical both parallelly from tomorrow onwards? And today in your system, you try to download and install the softwares, guys. In your system, development setup required. So development setup is required. There's just two softwares required, guys. There's development setup. How many softwares required? Two softwares are required. What are the two softwares means? Number one. Guys, first one is required editor software. The first software here, editor, right? Editor. Because editor is a tool or software used to write the code basically. Because editor is a tool or software. It is a tool or what? A tool or software. Tool or software used to tell me. Use it to write the code, right? Exactly. Because editor means not like it's like Java related. Editor is some other tool. It is a tool or software used to what the purpose, guys? It is a tool or software used to write the code, right? It is a tool or software used to write the code, guys. Generally, what are the editors we have? We have a Notepad editor. Maybe in the BTech, to write the code, which editor we are using, guys? Maybe you are using Notepad, right? Notepad you're using. And some advanced level, you can go for the Notepad++. And here we have the editor like Edit plus editor. Because anyhow, some few days the practicals we will see using the editor like Edit plus editor. Because we decided to start the first application, but to write the first application, we require the editor. What do you mean editor, guys? Here, editor is a tool or software. It is a tool or software used to write the code, right? Yes, it is a tool or software used to write the. Tell me, use it to write the code, right? Exactly. What are the editors we have? Notepad is there. Notepad++ is there. Next one is what? Edit plus, right? These are editors generally we have. Okay, good. But sir, we are saying editors. What about this Eclipse and all? Tell me, guys, what do you mean Eclipse? Guys, what is Eclipse then? Yes, Eclipse is nothing
ID.
but it's like ID, right? Yeah. What's the meaning of ID? What the ID full form here? ID full form is what? Integrated. Yeah.
Development
Integrated development environment, right? Integrated development environment, guys. Because the ID full form is what? Integrated development environment, right? Exactly. Generally, what the examples of IDs? We have the Eclipse ID, Eclipse ID, and we have like NetBeans ID, NetBeans ID. We have the Eclipse ID, NetBeans ID, IntelliJ ID. Tell me, guys, Eclipse ID, NetBeans ID, IntelliJ ID. What are it? Tell me. And VSC ID, Visual Studio Code ID, VSC. What is VSC full form, guys? Here, Visual Studio. Visual Studio Code, right? Exactly. Like that, we have the multiple IDs, guys. Even IDs also use it to write the code only, right? Yes, IDs also what? Use it to write the code only. Editors are used to write the code, and even ID is also used to write the code, right? But initial classes don't use ID, guys. Because initial classes what don't use the ID. Initial classes don't use the ID. The reason, like, if you know how to use the ID properly, most of the code is done by ID itself, right? Showing the complete predefined support, right? In that case, you don't need to think showing everything the predefined support. Eclipse ID, most of the work is done by ID itself, guys. Code is automatically imported. Try catch blocks generated automatically. Okay, code is automatically imported. Try catch blocks generated automatically. Auto import statement. Code automatically generated. Setters and getters generated. Constructors are generated. ToString method generated. Equals and hash code is generated. If you talk like that, most of the code is generated by ID itself. But tell me, guys, but initial classes, initial classes, we need to write the code. We need to generate the code. Definitely, initial classes we have to write every line of code, right? Yes, initial classes, every line of code we have to write. To do that, you're going for the editor, guys. Editor means what? Everything we have to write the code. Guys, editor means what? Everything we have to write the code. Whereas in ID, most of the code is what? Generator, right? Guys, in editor, everything what? Tell me, in editor, everything. So everything we have to write the code, right? Everything we have to write the code. Whereas in ID, in editor, everything we have to write the code. Yeah. Whereas in ID, okay, most of the code is what? Tell me here. Most of the code is what? Generated, right? Yeah, that is called editor versus ID. That's what, guys. Initial classes, it is recommended to use what? Editor. Yes, initial classes which recommended to use what? Editor, right? Exactly. Because in editor, everything means what? We have to write the code, whereas in ID, in editor, everything we have to write the code, whereas in ID, most of the code is what? Most of the code is what? Generated, right? Most of the code is what? Generated. Because today you try to install the edit plus editor, guys. So we will do the practicals using edit plus editor. Just you can go to the Google, just you can type the edit plus download. If you click on edit plus, simply can type the edit plus download, right? Yeah, now itself you can do it, guys. Now itself you try to do it. So I'm placing that link in the chat box. Yeah, editplus.com/download.html. There you can find the download edit plus 5.5, right? Simply if you click on that, download automatically will start. Yes, if you click on that, download will start automatically, right? Download will start automatically. Are you clear? Yeah, initialize means what, guys? Next, start copy is there something like that. Finished, right? Next, finish. Because once the initialization is completed, okay, you'll get the book symbol like this. Because you're able to see book symbol, right? This is the book symbol we will see. Is it clear now? This is the book symbol, right? So then what we understood, so we understood that this is the editor, right? Editor means to write the code. Editors are used to write the code. ID is also used to write the code only. The difference is what? In editor means everything we have to write the code. Whereas in ID, most of the code is what? Generated, right? Most of the code is what? Generated. That's what you recommended to use what? Recommended to use editor, right? Initial classes. Because first 1 month classes, you can go with editor. Next 1 month classes, what? You'll go with ID, right? Exactly. That's first software required, guys. So next one, second software is what? Java software. If you go for the Java software, yeah, you can look at Java software. Java software purpose is what, guys? Use it to compile and execute the code. Editor means just we are writing the code, right? Yes, editor means what? Editor means just we are writing the code. So you got the point, right? Okay, this is like editor. Just now I shown the link about editor, right? Okay, this is a link about editor. editplus.com/download.html. This is the file edit plus download 5.5. Just you can copy this link. Okay, just here you can just let me place it. And by seeing this download, okay, go to this website. Just you can download and install the edit plus, right? Yes, because in editor everything we have to write the code, whereas in ID most of the code is what? Tell me, most of the code is what? Most of the code is generated, right? Guess most of the code is what generated or not. That's it. Because editor, finally we decided to write the code. Guess what about Java software? The Java software use it to compile and what execute the code. Yes, editor we will write the code. Editor means what? We will write the code. Editor means we'll write the code. What are the code you written? We saved, but we need to compile the code. We need to execute the code. Because we need to compile and what? Execute the code. We need to compile and execute the code using tell me guys, we need to compile and what? Guys, we need to compile and what? Execute the code using using Java software, right? Exactly. Because we need to compile and execute the code using what? Java software, right? Yeah, Java software is used to compile and what? Execute the code, right? Yeah, because here we need to follow total 3 steps, guys. Step 1 and step 2 and step 3 is there. Step 1, step 2, step 3. If you go for the step 1, first step is what? To download the software. Guys, please download the software today. Because today try to complete this installation of these 2 softwares. Try to complete the installation of all these 2 softwares, right? Download the software first. Download the software. After downloading the software, step 2 is what? We need to go for the install the software. Yes, first we need to download the software. Second one is what? Install the software. After installation, guys, we need to set the path. Guys, Java, we need to set the path, right? Yes. Because today at least to download the software, install the software, guys. Then tomorrow we will see the set the path, so that in your system total. Yeah, in your system total, how many softwares required? Tell me. Total 2 softwares required. One is download download the software. Java, sorry. One is editor software. Editor is a tool or software used to write the code. One is editor required. Second one is what? Java software required. Editor and Java software. Guys, coming to download Java. Yesterday I showed website. Go to website directly in URL by in URL just you can type the oracle.com/java. Okay. Because in URL just you can type the oracle.com/java, right? Yes, if you click on oracle.com/java, directly it is navigate to Oracle website. But this is a website, oracle.com/java. Yes, in this link, left right hand side are able to see one button, right? Download Java button. Yes, are able to select now the button name here. Download Java button, right? Click on this button. Once if you click on the button, it will navigate to downloads folder. Yes, in above URL, above URL, click on what? Download Java button, right? There's an above URL, click on what? Download Java button. Okay, so once it is download Java button, if you click on that, navigate this website. Here we need to do select the version of Java. See guys, here are able to see here Java 18 version is there, Java 17 version is there. So underline you are showing some green color, right? Yes, this is 18, this is 17 and 18, right? So which version you want, just you can select that version. Select that version, right? Exactly. So I want 18th version or latest version. If you go for the 18th version, then okay. Yeah, if you click on what? 18th version. If you click on the 18th version, okay, just you can go to the select the version, guys, Java version. Okay, the first point is what? Select the Java version, right? Yes. Select the Java version, right? Number 1. After selecting the Java version, the second one is what? The first one is select the Java version, and after selecting the Java version, select the operating systems. Here Linux is there, Mac is there, Windows is there. Select the operating system. Okay, select the operating system, right? Select the version and select the Java version, select the operating system. Select the operating system, right? Exactly. After selecting the operating system, we need to select the processor. Only any Java 18th version is available in what? Java 18th version is available which operating system, guys? Windows 64-bit, right? Guys, we need to download this one, right? Exactly. Guys, select the processor is not required because by default it's showing 61-bit processor. So into 64 installer we can take. There you can go for the 153 MB file is there. 153 MB file, right? Exactly. This is the data you need to click. Because you got the point, right? Yes. So that just you can click on this exe file, guys. Once if you click on this exe file, then what happened? Download will start, right? Yes, download will start. Good. Because initialization means what? Initial software. Click on once the exe file is downloaded, guys. Yes, don't ask others like install the Java and install Edit Plus and all. You try to do it. Okay. You try to complete the process. So clear, right? You try to complete the process, right? Yes, you try to complete the process. And initialization means what, guys? Next, finish. Don't change any settings and all. Next, finish, right? Next, and what? Finish. You can click. So after that, you'll get the installation location, guys. Installation folder location, right? Installation folder location, guys. What is the installation folder location? Tell me. Guys, installation folder location. Local disk C. By default, it goes to local disk C, guys. If you didn't change the location, local disk C, program files. There you can find the Java. Okay. Once the installation is done properly, there we can get the JDK file, right? JDK 18th version, right? Exactly. Okay, C program files and what? Java. Yeah, C program files and what? Java. There you can find what? JDK file, right? / you can find the JDK 18th version, right? That's it. So you do it up to this process. Please install the Edit Plus software. Go for this website and Java software and install the software. After installation, just to check that location we have the JDK 18th version or not. Check that location Java 18th version is present or not, right? Exactly. Once if you get the Java 18th version, then decide that in your system Java installation is done properly, right? Exactly. Let's today class with the points you didn't tell me. The first point we talk about the Java is what type of language? Tell me, Java is what type of language? Java is object-oriented programming language. Support the oops features like this, right? All object-oriented programming languages, the meaning is same. The meaning is same. The meaning is same, but the different syntax is different, right? Exactly. Second point, you're talking about Java is dynamic language. So the language are two types, static language and dynamic languages. Java is dynamic languages because the Java memory allocation done at what runtime, right? Okay, Java the memory allocation done at what runtime. Java is architecture neutral language. It means once we develop the application using any hardware configuration like 512 MB RAM and 80 GB hard disk, that application will run on what all hardware configurations, right? That's called architecture means what hardware configuration. It supports like any hardware configurations, right? It's not a problem. Java is a portable language. Java is a portable language, right? Java portable means what? Java supports any hardware configurations and supports all operating systems. This makes Java which language? Portable language, right? This makes Java is what? Portable language. Development setup in your system. Total in your system. Total how many software is required here? Total how many software is required? 2 software is required. One is like editor software. Editor is a tool or software used to write the code. ID means what? Integrated development environment. Eclipse, NetBeans are IDs. But initial classes better to go with the editors because editors means everything we have to write the code. Whereas in ID, most of the code is what generated, right? Exactly. So clear now? Yeah. Try to check up to this point. So meet in tomorrow class. We'll start the first application about your Java. So this is good enough theory, guys. I'll meet in tomorrow class. We will go with the first application. So clear now? I'm placing these notes. Just you can check these notes. So this is like your day 2. Right? Just write the notes, guys. Write the notes clearly in the notebook. Huh? Tomorrow we'll meet, guys. Bye. And you try to complete that fee payment so that they'll share you the required session about the yesterday class and today class, and they'll share you like PDF documents with you.
Sir, I have completed the payment, but I have not access of drive and not.
They'll send you. They'll send you now. I already spoke with them. Just they'll send you today.
Yeah, I cannot understand. Please tell me again.
They'll send you by 6 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Thank you.